Hi and a huge welcome to Steve's Kitchen. Today we're going to make the tiramisu. I got the Italian colours on, so I'm feeling all Italian. This is a wonderful, light, delicious dish from Italy, and it uses the mascarpone cheese, and I'm going to be using those Ladyfingers that I made the other day. You can buy them in the shops, they're very easy to get. Let's get on and make this fantastic tiramisu. Right, first things first, we just want to get a cup of superfine sugar or caster sugar into a stand mixer, and I've separated my eggs into 6 yolks and the 6 whites over here. Just going to pop those egg yolks into there, and we want to get this going because it's going to take a good 10 minutes. So it's good to get the eggs and sugars going early on because we want to bring that up to a wonderful thick consistency like a mayonnaise. And whilst the egg yolks are whipping up, we're just going to whip our egg whites up into stiff peaks. That's what we're looking for, lovely stiff peaks like that. And you want your peaks stiff enough that you can put the bowl above your head without them coming out. Now, after 10 minutes, we're going to have this wonderful thick batter in here. Now, I'm just going to remove the whisk out of the way briefly, and I'm going to put 500 grams of mascarpone straight in with there. It's all nice and soft and at room temperature. So for me, that is 2 tubs, which is equal to a pound of mascarpone. Now I've put the whisk back on there, and we're just going to turn this very slowly now just to incorporate the mascarpone into our egg yolk mixture. And we don't need to do this for very long. As soon as that's blended together, we're ready for the next stage. We've got this wonderful golden mascarpone and egg yolk mixture in there, which by the way is absolutely delicious. And the next stage we're going to do by hand. I've got those wonderful light egg whites, and I'm just going to pop them in on top. And using a wooden spoon, I'm going to mix this through gently, keeping all the air bubbles in there until I get a wonderful, even, light and fluffy texture. Now this is what I'm looking for, a lovely smooth texture like this, and don't be tempted to go too fast and knock all those beautiful air bubbles. Now it's time we're going to assemble this tiramisu. Now I'm going to be making individual tiramisus here. You could do this in a big bowl, it wouldn't matter. Got those Ladyfinger biscuits, and we want to infuse those with some coffee. So I've got an espresso coffee, or a large cup of espresso coffee here. I'm just going to pop it in a bowl, and I like to infuse that with something like a Marsala or a Fortified wine, probably whatever takes your fancy really. Then we're going to construct this. Now we want to dip our biscuits in pretty quick. I'm going to go biscuits first. People do it different ways around. You don't want to soak it in there too long. I'm going to pop a whole biscuit. Then I'm going to take half a biscuit. I'm just going to break these in half. Little dip into our delicious sauce. Pop it in there. And that gives me a nice biscuit layer. I'm then going to take that wonderful mascarpone mixture, and I'm just going to pour that over the top. And so we've just got a little coating. I'm just going to give that a little shake and let it down, and then we're going with biscuits again, a little dip in our sauce, pop it on there, and then we're going to layer that again on top with our mascarpone. And then again, I'm going to layer some biscuits on here. This is my 3rd layer of biscuits. And then finally, we're just going to top that off with our cream and mascarpone mix, right the way to the top. Now another way you could make this would be to actually pop a little bit of the mascarpone in first. And I'm going to make this one my one because this is possibly the way I prefer to do it. Break some of our little biscuits in half. Dip them in our sauce, and I'm going to stand them around the outside of the bowl. So I end up with those little soldiers around the outside. I'm going to put a little biscuit in the middle as well. A couple of half pieces. Now this one's going to err a little bit more on the biscuit, but it's the way I like it. I'm going to pop the mascarpone sauce on top of that. A couple more biscuits dipped in our coffee sauce. And then we're going to fill that to the top with our mascarpone cream sauce. I mean, this one is going to be absolutely delicious. And you look at that one, that's going to run down into the inside. And then we're going to set this in the fridge until it's completely set. About 3 to 4 hours should do it. And once they've come out of the fridge, I left mine overnight. They'll have set fairly firm. And that mascarpone mousse now is just waiting to be eaten. But first of all, I'm going to sprinkle some cocoa over the top, fairly liberally. And I'm going to grate a little chocolate on top of there as well, just to add some texture and flavour. And there you have it. There is my tiramisu. Now, these are not bite-sized servings, but I'm going to give this a try now. Now, do you think I made them too big? These are a huge tiramisu, but fortunately, I love them. So let's give this a try. I've got to get some of that biscuit there as well. My, that is heavenly. Absolutely light and fluffy. I could probably eat this quite comfortably. Anyway, please share the love, give this one the thumbs up, make some tiramisu at home. I'd love to hear if you do. Be good. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. And if you do decide to make the tiramisu, please share some pictures with me on Facebook or Google+. Be good. I'll leave some links here to some other videos. I love to hear your comments down below. Take care. See you next time.